countries which have brought in their own restrictions on Russia over the crisis in Ukraine. Let's get the latest details on this now from RT's Yegor Piskunov, who joins us. We saw last week, Yegor, the sanctions that were brought in, fresh ones from Brussels and Washington against Russia. Russia's responding now. Just bring us the details.
Well, the president has signed a decree which either bans or limits importing products from countries which have been taking part in sanctioning Russia over its policies on Ukraine. This means products from the US and Canada, EU member states, Japan and Australia. Now, the sanctions will affect farming goods, raw materials and food. There's no precise or specific list of products yet. We do know that the government has already started putting it together. We've also heard from Russia's Retailers Association, who predict that, well, these sanctions, the Russian sanctions, won't affect the average Russian consumer, but will affect more the luxury end of the market. And the limitations are expected to last for about a year, but it does say on the Kremlin's website that this time span may be revised. Now, it is viewed here as Moscow's response to the sets of international sanctions which have been targeting the Russian economy. For instance, last week we saw perhaps so far the most powerful set of sanctions which target whole sectors of the Russian economy. Several companies have already felt their effect. In fact, some Russian companies had to temporarily suspend their operation altogether. But not only in Russia, their Western partners have also felt the effect of these limitations as well. In fact, recently, Britain's largest labor union has called on its government not to take part in sanctioning Russia, saying that they don't only affect Russian companies, but British firms as well.
OK, as we said, these sanctions details have just come in. I'm sure we'll be analysing them more in more detail as the time passes. Thanks, though, for bringing us the latest. Yegor Piskunov.